Well, hello there, and welcome to what's actually going to be quite a different video for me. So I'm here in this redstone testing world, or at least my latest one, and so basically this is going to be a short video because it's very late, but I have something to announce. In a recent video I mentioned that I was having a bit of trouble with YouTube. Not with YouTube specifically, but with one of my videos that had been flagged for copyright infringement, and so YouTube was restricting my account, not letting me upload longer videos, among other things. And I was very annoyed because I was sure that this video did not actually violate copyright laws, that it was handled under fair use laws, which are international laws designed to let you take content that someone else owns, but as long as you're not distributing it directly, there are certain cases where you're allowed to modify it and redistribute the modified versions. For example, if you're going to parody it, or, for example, if with satire, satirists are allowed to use clips from shows or something that other people own in order to make fun of it. So if you're going to parody it, that's allowed. And there are other cases as well. Now, in my case, I made a remix of two different songs mashed together, and remixes are counted as homages, which means basically I like your work, so I'm going to make my own version of your work to honor the stuff that you've done. And that is, in fact, allowed under fair use laws. Now, fair use laws are not applicable everywhere, but I made the content and uploaded it in Florida, and I know for a fact that that fair use law regarding homages and remixes is, in fact, applicable to me. So I filed a counter notification after getting flagged, and I just wanted to let you know. Oops, not that. There. I've taken the liberty of highlighting the email I just received from them today. It says, "Hello, we've completed processing your counter notification regarding these videos," and it links to it. "This content has been restored unless you have deleted the videos. Your account will not be penalized. Regards, the YouTube legal support team." And of course, Gmail just links me to that link because YouTube and Google are nice with each other. They're owned by the same company. But yeah, in other words, I was right. I won, and I never should have had that copyright hit in the first place. I shouldn't have gotten my account restricted. All of my account functionality is back, and according to my account page, it is in good standing again, as if nothing ever happened. Now, I want to make it clear, I have no problem or no ill will towards YouTube or Google, right? They're just doing what they have to do legally, going through the legal process as they need to, and it's not their fault. What I don't like is the record company who flagged me in the first place, because they should have known better. They should have known that what I did was a remix, it was an homage, it's covered under fair use, and they had no right to do this in the first place. And I think they did know that. I think what they believed was that I was someone who, like many people, didn't know my own rights, and that if I got flagged for copyright notification, if I got flagged for copyright infringement, that I would just say, "Oh, okay, I'll take the video down," and be okay with it, and then my video would be gone, and they wouldn't have their work out there. But they picked the wrong person to bully because I do know my rights. And that's something that's very important, and that's why I wanted to announce this in the first place. Everyone who makes videos on YouTube and posts content on any website or anywhere needs to know their rights. You need to know what is covered by fair use and what isn't, and it's not always this clear cut. There are, nuances to the law that sometimes make it difficult to understand, and I get that. In this case, it happened to be very straightforward, right? A remix is an homage, and an homage is covered. Sometimes it's a little more intricate, like if you use a clip from a video that you don't own, and it's just part of a larger video, is that clip considered fair use? I mean, you can say you're parodying it, but what's a parody and what's just stealing? It's hard. You could say, oh, this is an homage to them, but what's the difference between an homage and stealing? With a remix, it's obviously an homage because it is original content made with their content. But if you just take their clips and use them, it gets a lot grayer. So basically what I'm saying is there are gray areas to this law, or to these laws, these copyright laws, and they don't apply to everywhere in the world. However, in many cases, companies will assume that that content creators don't know their rights, and they will flag your videos or other content for copyright violations even when they're actually protected under the law. And they will assume that you just don't know it and will just acquiesce. You'll just do what they want and take down the videos and content because they said so, and you're afraid of getting in trouble. And of course, if you actually do want to fight a legal battle, it's going to cost a lot of money, and they know that, and they know people aren't going to want to spend the money, and they rely on that fear that, oh, if I want to try and fight this, it's going to cost me. In reality, it's only going to cost you if you are in the wrong and you are fighting it. Because these companies, they don't want to spend the money and get the publicity either. They don't want to do it. If they had to spend money to fight every copyright claim that they send to people, they would be losing money, and they don't want that. So basically, what I'm saying is, do your research. If you get a copyright violation notice, do your research and make sure that what you did was actually a copyright violation. And if you find out that it wasn't, if you find out that you are protected under fair use laws based on where you made it, where you uploaded it, and what the content is, then don't be afraid to send a counter notification. YouTube has that built-in function, if you get a copyright notice, to just send them a counter notification and explain why you know or why you believe that you didn't violate any copyrights. And if you are correct, and you supply them with the information that you've learned from your research, and you basically prove to them that yes, you know your rights, most of the time, they're not going to want to deal with having to go to court and do all the legal stuff. They're just going to let you have it because you deserve to have it and you have the right to it. So yeah, don't let copyright or patent trolls bully you into losing your content. As you can see, it worked for me, and all I had to do was send them a counter notification explaining that I know my rights and explaining what those rights are. And in a couple of weeks, YouTube had it all handled, and now it's all taken care of. And it's as if it never happened. I have all my abilities, all my functionality on my account back. So yeah. So I want to thank YouTube and Google for handling this so efficiently and so well. And just encourage you all to, make sure you know your rights. It's very important. Yeah, and especially in the U.S., we have elections coming up, and so there's a lot of elections talk about, what politicians will do and what they won't do. So it's kind of similar to that. You should know what, your politicians actually have the power to do and what they don't. And you should know what you have the power to do, even when people tell you you don't have that power, because a lot of times you do, and they're just counting on you to just be complacent. So, yeah. So hopefully this was a bit of an encouraging video, but extremely importantly for you guys who don't care about me rambling on about all of this stuff, is that I have the ability now to upload videos that are longer than 15 minutes again. So I will be able to record those videos that I said were going to be put on hold. So I'm going to do that in the coming weeks, and they will be up. I do have to find time between work to do it, but within the coming weeks, there will be some videos up that I can now put because I knew my rights. So until next time, keep fighting for what's right. Ah.